Namaskar. My name is Sahil and I'm here to record a session on issues of social security and empowerment. India, being a welfare state, has taken upon its responsibilities of extending various benefits of social security and social assistance to its citizens. The social security legislation in India derives its strength and spirit from the directive principles contained in Constitution of India. Although the Constitution of India is yet to recognize social security as a fundamental right, it does require that the state should strive to promote securing and protecting, as effective as it may be, the social order in which justice, social, economic and political shall reform all the institutions of national life. There are several factors responsible for economic deprivation and lack of access to employment, like exclusion from family, society, stigma and discrimination at workplaces, lack of knowledge and training in vocational development courses as well, lack of opportunity, lack of confidence in engaging themselves by the employers. The solution to the problem will be therefore requiring concentrated efforts to mainstream them and adoption of inclusive approach in all spheres of life. The transgender community is one of the most disadvantaged group, and without their inclusion in the development efforts, the objective of inclusive growth cannot be fully realized. Very few work sectors have work opportunities for the transgender people. The transgender community claimed inability to get into mainstream due to lack of educational, unusual non-conforming lifestyle, unacceptability of the working environment. Many transgender have to do sex work and beggary due to circumstances. The economic empowerment of transgender is based on the complex set of identities, community norms, culture and policy support. In this context, the empowerment process has to be broadened and should be covered by awareness or educating generations, skills and capacity building, employment and entrepreneurship. We can improve access to employment by creating opportunities for information and counseling, establish helpline for career guidance, promotion and online placement support, capacity building and entrepreneurship development, liberal credit facility and other needed support for economic activities and provision of social entitlement to the community. There are many factors responsible for low social security of the community, such as exclusion from society, family, poverty, social stigma and discrimination, insensitive attitude of teachers or staff members, violence and social abuse. Social exclusion is compounded by other form of legal exclusions as well. There are provisions which have been provided in Transgender Person Protection of Right Act 2019 for social security of transgender person. In addition, an umbrella scheme for social security of transgender is also being prepared by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Although with this, transgender can be linked to many different welfare schemes of the center as well as state government. First of all, let us see the main provision of the Transgender Act. The provision of social measures in Transgender Protection of Right Act 2019 states that is as follows. Number 1, the appropriate government shall take steps to secure full and effective participation of transgender person and their inclusion in society. Number 2, the appropriate government shall take such welfare measures as may be prescribed to protect the rights and interest of the transgender person and facilitate their access to the welfare schemes framed by that government. Third, the appropriate government shall formulate welfare schemes and programs which are transgender sensitive, non-stigmatizing and non-discriminatory. Fourth, the appropriate government shall take steps for the rescue, protection, rehabilitation of the transgender person to address the needs of such person. Fifth, the appropriate government shall take appropriate measures to promote and protect the right of transgender person to participate in cultural and recreational activities. There are many more provisions to it.
Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and National Institute of Social Defense introduced pilot project called Garima Grah, shelter home for transgender person. Shelter to transgender persons with basic amenities like food, medical care and recreational facilities. It will provide support for the capacity building, skill development of transgender persons. Eligibility criteria for Garima Grah: transgenders certified by the local authority and preferably living below the poverty line. Transgender who are abandoned aged above 18 years and below 60 years. Transgenders should not be engaged in sex work and beggary. Transgender must be unemployed and not engaged in productive commercial activities. Available benefits: food, shelter and cloth, recreational activities, health and medical facilities, identity cards, skill development programs, library facilities, social activity and yoga, legal support, other including convergent benefits. National Portal for Transgender Persons, launched with objective of facilitating and simplifying the process for obtaining transgender certificate through online from district authorities.
Various ministries or departments of the Government of India are implementing a number of schemes which target a variety of beneficiaries. In most of such schemes, special emphasis is given to cover the weaker section of the society and other downtrodden people. We should facilitate for the obtainment of ID cards as specified in Chapter 3 of the TG Act 2019, which enable the transgender person to avail benefits under the schemes implemented by Government of India. It is as follows. Number 1. Ministry of Rural Development implements the following schemes. First in the series says Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, Manrega. The Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act was a major initiative which aims at enhancing the livelihood security of people in rural area by guaranteeing them 100 days of wage employment in a financial year to a rural household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. Transgender living in rural area can take the benefits of such scheme who are willing to do unskilled manual work. Next in the series says National Rural Livelihood Mission, NRLM Ajivika. The NRLM is to be implemented in a phased manner, and in each phase select district and block will be identified by each state for intensive implementation of our NRLM activities. The range of activities under the given components of the mission is as building institution of the poor, promotion of financial inclusion, diversification and strengthening of livelihoods of the poor, promotion of coverages and partnership between institution of the poor and the government and non-government agencies. Transgender community would also be considered as target group under the NRLM scheme. Special self-help group status may be guaranteed to transgender community to help ease the excess of finances, services, etc. Rules, policies may also be relaxed in terms of numbers along with which subsidies or loans are provided. Next in the series says National Social Assistance Program, NSAP. This is an important program, aims at ensuring minimum national standard in addition to the benefit that state are ensuring to senior citizens, differently abled people and others who have suffered due to mishap in life through unconditional cash transfer. At present, NSAP comprise the Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme, IGNO-APS, the Annapurna Scheme and National Family Benefit Scheme, the Indira Gandhi National Widow Pension Scheme and Indira Gandhi National Disability Pension Scheme as well. Transgender person who are 60 and above would be targeted under the Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme. Next in the series says Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana provides for cashless smart card based health insurance cover of rupees 30,000 per annum to each enrolled family comprising up to 5 individuals. The beneficiary family pays rupees 30 per annum as registration or renewal fees. The scheme inter alia covers hospitalization expenses. Outpatient expenses are not covered. A transport cost of rupees 100 per visit is also paid. Different target groups have been added under RSBY from time to time. The transgender person would also be covered under RSBY, since the scheme is implemented on the basis of family. Next in the series says National Health Mission, NHM. As mentioned in the 5-year document Social Sector Volume 3, the gains of flagship program of National Rural Health Mission will be strengthened under the umbrella of National Health Mission, which will have universal coverage. While the focus on covering rural area and rural population will continue, a major component of HNM is proposed to be scheme for providing primary health care to urban poor, particularly those residing in slums. The transgender community would be adequately taken care under NHM. Next in the series talk about is Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, SAGY. SAGY aims at instilling certain values such as people's participation, Antyodaya, gender equality, dignity of women, social justice, spirit of community service, cleanliness, eco-friendliness, maintaining ecological balance, peace and harmony, mutual cooperation, self-reliance, local self-government, transparency and accountability in public life, etc., etc. in the villages and their people, so that they get transformed into models for others. Next talks about Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation implement following schemes. National Urban Livelihood Mission, NULM. An important initiative of Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation is the National Urban Livelihood Mission. It aims to reduce poverty and vulnerability of the urban poor by enabling them access to gainful self-employment and skilled wage employment opportunity, resulting in an appreciable improvement in their livelihood on a sustainable basis through building strong grassroots level institution of the poor. The mission would also aim at providing shelters equipped with essential services to urban homeless in a phased manner. Majority of transgender persons are known to be living in the urban areas. The transgender community would tremendously be benefited if the concerns of the transgender people are taken into account in the NULM. Special self-help group status may be granted to transgender community to help ease access to financial services, etc. As always, rules and policies may also be relaxed in terms of number along with subsidies and loans. Next in the series talk about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Grameen, PMAYG. The mission addresses urban housing shortage among the economically weaker section, lower income groups and middle income group categorized including the slum dwellers by ensuring a Pakka house to all eligible urban household by the year 2022. The mission covers entire urban area consisting of statutory towns, notified planning areas, development authorities, special area development authorities, industrial development authorities or any such authority under state legislation which is entrusted with the functions of urban planning and regulation. Preference is also given to differently abled people, senior citizens, SCs, STs, OBCs, minority, single women, transgender and other weaker and vulnerable section of the society. A PMAY urban household ensures dignified living along with sense of security and pride of the ownership to the beneficiaries. Next in the series talk about National Rural Mission, NRUM. The objective of National Rural Mission is to stimulate local economic development, enhance basic services and create well planned rural clusters. TG Group also is a part of mission and benefits available for poor and the weaker transgender people. So, transgender people, those who are weak and poor, may apply. Healthcare facilities. The inclusive agenda for health enunciated in health plan mentioned that in order to ensure all the services provided with special attention to the needs of the marginalized section of the population, the emphasis will inter alia be given to services. Under this, barriers to access would be recognized and overcome, especially for the disadvantaged and people located far from the facilities. Transgender person would also have the access to healthcare facilities. Next we talk about is education. Education is the most important lever for social, economical and political transformation. The need for proper education of transgender children cannot be overemphasized. The integration of transgender children in Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and Right to Education Act would go a long way in addressing the educational issues of transgender community. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment implements the following schemes for vulnerable. Integrated Program for Older Person, IPOP. Integrated Program for Older Person provides basic amenities like food, shelter, medical health care, entertainment opportunities for the older person aged above 60 years, which may be availed for the aged transgender person also. Next, assistance to disabled person for purchase of aids or appliances scheme. ADIP scheme of Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment provides to assist the needy disabled person in procuring assistive aid appliances that can promote their physical, social and psychological rehabilitation by reducing the effects of disabilities and enhance their economic potential. Transgender with disability issues can utilize this services. Next talks about Deen Dayal Disabled Rehabilitation Scheme to promote voluntary action for persons with disability, DDRS scheme. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment provides a wide range of services to children, person with disability for running program for preschool and early intervention, special education, vocational training and placements. Community-based rehabilitation, manpower development, psycho and social rehabilitation of person with mental illness, rehabilitation of leprosy cured person, etc. Next talks about is scheme of assistance to voluntary organizations for prevention of alcoholism and substance drug abuse. Scheme of Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment provides a whole range of services including awareness, generation, identification, treatment and rehabilitation of alcoholics and drug addicts. Transgender affected by drug abuse may get this facility for rehabilitation. Next, Women and Children Development Department has project for children as well. Integrated Children Protection Scheme. The ICPS program of Women and Children Development contributes to the improvement in the well-being of children in difficult circumstances, as well as in the reduction of vulnerabilities to situations and actions that lead to abuse, neglect, exploitation, abandonment and separation of children. Transgender children are known to be much affected group and these services may be well availed by the transgender children. Ministry of Skill Development. National Policy on Skill Development. The National Policy on Skill Development formulated envisions empowering of all individuals through improved skills, knowledge and international recognized qualification to gain access to decent employment and to ensure India's competitiveness in the global market. The National Development Scheme Agency also includes transgender people in its mandate where it talks about needs of marginalized groups like SCs, STs, OBCs, minorities, women and differently abled persons. Some of the specific schemes on skill development listed below are: Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana was launched in 2015 to encourage and promote skill development in the country by providing free short duration skill training and incentivizing this by providing monetary rewards to youth for skill certification. The overall idea is to boost the industry and employability of the youth. Next is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendra. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship MSDE has initiated the establishment of the state of art, visible, aspirational model training centers in every districts of India. These model training centers are referred to as Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendra. PMKK are equipped to run industry driven courses of high quality with focus on employability and create an aspirational value for skill development training. PMKK envision to transform the short term training ecosystem with a mandate driven delivery module to a sustainable institutional model. Next in the scheme talks about is the scheme of Jan Shiksha Sansthan JSS. The scheme of Jan Shiksha Sansthan covers the non-literates, neo-literates and unskilled and unemployed youth, particularly from SC, ST, OBC, minority, Divyang, women through the country, especially to underprivileged people in the rural area. The objective are to improve the occupational skills and technological knowledge of the neo or literates and person having rudimentary level of education up to 8th standard and other school dropout beyond 8th standard, that is up to 12th, to raise their efficiency, increase productive ability and enhance their livelihood opportunities. To identify and promote traditional skills in district through skill or upskilling, etc. I hope whatever you have learned today would have added to your knowledge, and I'm sure that there will be multiple questions or queries that will come up to you or come up to your mind. Feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much for attending this session.